Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel Bookmeup. My name is Christy. So today I am coming to you guys with a future TBR. I don't know what else to call it. Everyone right now is doing the reading rush, which used to be called the Booktubeathon. I wanted to participate in that before, but I didn't realize that they changed the name. So everyone was talking about Book Rush, and I was just like, what is everyone talking about? I literally have no idea. And I know as a booktuber, I should have probably looked it up and figured out what the reading rush was about, but I didn't really bother. I don't know why, don't even ask me. And so finally, at one point, I just saw everybody's YouTube videos being the Reading Rush TBR, and I was just, I guess, interested finally to look it up. So I looked it up and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know it was the Booktubeathon, but with a new name. So I'm not going to participate in that, especially because if you guys watched my currently reading, then you guys would know I'm still in the middle of reading A Court and Mist and Fury. So if you guys haven't seen that, go ahead and check it out. It's called it's called the currently reading / how I annotate, which that I just so happen to just add it in a little bit, and I will put it in the description box down below. And if I sound congested and you guys notice that, I'm sniffling and stuff, I have had, I guess, like maybe a slight cold. I'm not sure exactly what it is. I just know that a couple days ago I woke up and I had a sore throat, and then the next day I woke up and I had a sore throat and a runny nose, and then today I woke up and I had no sore throat, but I have still a runny nose and I'm a little bit congested and a slight cough. And so I don't know what's wrong with me exactly. I'm not feeling terribly sick, but yeah. So the other thing is that if you guys are, just anyone who follows me, then you guys would probably know that I do not really like to make TBR videos because I feel like I don't read what I always tell myself I'm going to read. I'm more of a I'm going to read based on what mood I'm in kind of reader. And so yeah, I just don't typically do the TBRs. I could do wrap-ups, but if you guys have also been watching my videos, you guys probably know I was reading A Court of Thorns and Roses for like a month, and then I'm still on the second book, which is A Court of Mist and Fury, and I am still reading that, and I think it's also been almost a month. So I think that's it for you guys right now, and if anything, I guess I'll let you know in another video, but yeah, so I guess that's it for you now. Let's just get into the video. Okay, so as I mentioned, I do not really like to make TBRs because I am more of a mood reader. I like to read what I'm in the mood to read, so I could do wrap-ups, but like I said, I take way too long reading the books I'm already reading, so I just decided that despite what I have said, that I'm going to do like a future TBR because, I mean, obviously I eventually plan to read all of the books that I have already, especially because like half these books, if not more, are actually books that are rather newer or newer on my shelf. So they're books that I eventually have to read or want to read anyways. But sometimes like I'll want to read a book, but I'm not in the mood to read the book, so I don't know if that makes any sense because I feel like it doesn't. But anyway, so these are books that I have been in the mood to read recently, even as I'm reading A Court of Mist and Fury. Like, these are books I'm like, oh, I can't wait to finish this series because I want to read this book and that book and so on and so forth. I feel like the problem that I've been having is that I don't want to start a book that is a part of a series because for me, I've always liked reading books in a series one right after the other. So, for example, I'm reading A Court of Mist and Fury, which is the second book to A Court of Thorns and Roses. And after I'm done with A Court of Mist and Fury, I do intend on reading the last one, which is A Court of Wings and Ruin. That's how I usually like to read series or books that are part of a series. So I guess that no, I'm not particularly excited to read series because I feel obligated to read the whole series because I started that one particular book. Also, the other thing is that I was going to say, suggest to me like standalone books. So, as I said before, let's just get into this video. I'm sorry, I thought I didn't have anything else to say, but I guess I did. So, the first one is going to be Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. I have been wanting to read this book for a while. I love John Green's books. Usually I have found from the books I have read previously from him that they're very good books. And I think I'm also going to do a review on this book, but I haven't decided. The next book is a part of a series, and the book is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. And I started to read this book, and it was not that it's bad. It's a very good book. I was still very intrigued even though it's not what I was expecting. Got this book and I started reading it. My thought was that it was a scary book, and that was why I was kind of like, ooh, I really want to read it. I'm super excited to read it. But then it was not anything what I thought it was going to be like. The next one is Eliminate by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. And I know that there's a Gemina, and I think there is a third book to this. I looked it up one day after I did a video where I talked about this book. I have to get the third one to this too, but I have been in the mood to read it. The next one is also from a duology as far as I'm concerned anyways. It's called H2O by Virginia Bergen, and this one is a duology, and it's called H2O. It says here it's in the rain and just one drop will kill you. And I remember reading this one, and then obviously the second one I was gonna get regardless, but they just sounded really good. I guess it's about whatever is wrong with the water has killed off most of everyone in the world except for a selected few, and they're trying to figure out what's wrong with it. But I haven't read it, and I just remember thinking that sounded really good. So the last one on my future TBR mood TBR list is The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. I know this is a contemporary book, and I also know that this is the newer cover from the original, because there was an original and it had more dogs, but there's this, so still cute, I think. I know this book is about a girl who's, I think, living with her dad and kind of interested in a guy, but basically she does dog sitting as her job. I think it sounds like an awesome book, so I've been wanting to read it, but also I've been just in the mood to read this book, especially because it's a standalone as far as I'm concerned. So I am excited to read this book. Okay, so it seems that that's all I have for you guys today. Nothing too extravagant or crazy, but something fun. And I'm pretty sad that I'm not going to be participating in the reading rush this year, but I guess that part of it is that I already know that I am a slow reader, and so then it's just I feel like I have a lot going on, and not that I have a lot going on, just I'm always distracted. I'm easily distracted, and then I read slow on top of that, so I'm how am I going to read any of the books that I want to if I am reading books that are taking me a month to read? So if you guys have read any of the books that I have shared with you guys that I've been in the mood to read, or you guys want to see me review this one and whatever other ones, let me know in the comments down below, and let me know what you guys have been in the mood to read lately. So I guess that's all I have for you guys today, so I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!